Good morning. I am headed to a panel. A lot of people are checking out today, and I forgot about that. Suckers, I leave tomorrow. So I don't have to rush to get everything out now. Normally I would be showing you like the stark difference already taking place in the Marriott especially, but also the Hyatt. But I have a panel to get to in the Hilton, so I'm just kind of going down the street as opposed to getting stuck in the actual hotels. But once our panel is done, I'll definitely be going through and like especially the Marriott and that main section, just how different it is already. And not many people cosplay on Mondays, so it's very weird because it's 90% normal clothing. After a whole DragonCon, it's depressing to see.
Anyway, my name is Paige Gardner. I'm a 52-year-old mother of 4. I live in Birmingham, Alabama. Professionally, in my real life, I'm a syndicated book reviewer, which is awesome. Doesn't pay much, so I also work part-time at Home Depot. Go Orange. Already hot. This is fun.
Yeah, you are.
Just air conditioning. I'm going to tell you some things that will hide all the mistakes, and trust me, everything that I've ever worn is just lousy with mistakes, but I've learned how to hide them, and it's easy. So, or it's kind of easy if you're flexible. Like this, you can't see, it must be in the back. So, without much further ado, I'm going to just talk about this costume. This is Mary McQueen. If you start building a costume, I tend to attach names to them based on what I'm thinking about while I'm working on them, because there's so much Christmas in this. Thrift stores, when people are cleaning out, the decorations are often the first thing to go, especially in estate sales. If y'all visit estate sales, people do not want their parents' or grandparents' Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations, and they're there by the bags, and that's what a lot of this is constructed with. So I'm going to start with the headpiece. If you want to make a headpiece or a mask, unless you have the skills to cast something, which I do not, it's helpful to look for things that have holes already in them, because if there are holes in the base of what you're wearing, whether it's the shoulder pads or the breast piece or the belt, if there are holes already there, you've got something to hang stuff on. Those holes can hold zip ties, they can hold wires, they can hold hooks and latches, and not even the fancy ones, but just the scrapbooky ones are strong enough to hold lightweight stuff. In this case, this is one of those airsoft or sport masks. I don't really even know what sport is. Clearly, I'm not athletic. I think it's something like this. I brought this. Is that airsoft? Paintball. Paintball. Okay, right on. It's got holes all in it, and it's not hard plastic to cut if you have some really strong snips. If anybody uses fabric scissors on these, I will find you and kill you. This is a trivet, and they're thin enough that you can bend them. I didn't bend it perfectly. I could maybe work on that with some pliers, but that would be interesting. And I can see right through the grill here. I had that in mind, but this is heavy. So I went into my Christmas stuff, and you know those little brass houses that are you hang on Christmas trees, maybe it's Hallmark annual things. They're just stamped flat pieces of brass or tin, and they're like origami with little fold and build like paper doll tabs. And you can actually pop those tabs and take those apart and flatten them back out again. And it makes beautiful patterns if you don't look too close. I'm going to turn it upside down so you can see, but that's actually a church. And there's a house. That's Christmas tree in the window. Feliz Navidad. This is half of a star, one of the brass kind of 3D stars. I'm calling it brass. This is actually probably not real brass. So started popping them apart, and I thought it's like a puzzle now. I can put this on here, but how? And then I work at Home Depot, and I'm picking up tiny zip ties, and eureka. That was perfect to kind of anchor these down without poking myself with wire. It's lightweight, mostly, if you use 1,000 like I have. Paint pen, just hitting that after it's done, kind of camouflages that these are black zip ties holding on to here. I used a skull cap from a company called Spotlight Fashions out in Las Vegas. They make the big showgirl headpieces. This is where some of my money went. I spent $22 on this. These things are actually, if you turn them the other way around, they're the things that you hang your teardrop crystals on chandeliers. So I've picked these up every time I see them just because they're interesting. People give away a lot of fixtures because once you take one down, unless it's a treasured relic, they just go to Goodwill. So you can find these here and there. And I just saved them until the time was right. They already had the little bended hooks on the end too, which is awesome because that gives me something to hang from. These are all, these are dollar store earrings. These are Christmas ornaments. These are beads from broken necklaces, Mardi Gras stuff. I'll buy bags of necklaces and take them apart. And I just strung these beads, and this disc was from a tacky belt. Just strung them on wire and used pliers to curl up the ends to hold them in place. If you pulled on this, it would come off, but I can make more. The sleeves are too short because I am a giant woman, and I had these lampshades. That same oh my God! Now this is a good idea, bad idea. Lampshades really are a lot of fun for a lot of things. I've found some great lampshades that turned upside down on your head would make an ideal thing to base just this crazy, insane headpiece off of. Please, somebody do this, or catch me because I want to do it too. The long, skinny lampshades that were, I don't know why they were invented recently. You stick your arm in those, and they really make a very interesting kind of flared gauntlet. They're hard to find because they were a bad home decor idea to begin with, but get those. If you see them, just get those. Lampshades, you can, with energy, snip the metal out of them or apart to bend them a little, but they're not very forgiving, and you can break them. Don't pay more than $2 for it. They'll throw it away if you mess it up. But yeah, this needed to lengthen for me, and so I didn't look like I was wearing my kids' clothes. And then I think I glued this or stitched it. I can't tell. Because you can sew through a lampshade. Either way, it went in here, and I like the look of it. I thought, oh, so clever. This is interesting. Ow.
Yeah.
When you reach up to do anything around your face, it's like a dog collar for your hand. So you have to reach and get something. You reach in your purse. That's hilarious.
That was a super interesting panel, and we all got a ton of ideas just listening to her. So I think that was a very good choice to go to that panel. And now we are probably just going to wander around the vendors and Artist Alley again, because we don't have anything else really planned. This is how you know it's Monday, because this is where it was shoulder to shoulder.
Thursday.
Couldn't move from Thursday to Sunday. You couldn't even see the floor, especially on Saturday. And now it's just kind of a few people.
A lot of people checked out.
Yeah. Yeah, most people check out on Monday, but we avoided that. Free drinks. Another sign con is over. That's kind of good. I mean, just take them. It's clearly not been tampered with. They're all open. They're all closed.
That's funny.
That is funny. Con people are so nice sometimes. Policemen on horses are just weird. They are pretty horsies. Legal seafoods? That's alarming. Okay, Atlanta, do you have illegal seafoods? Because you probably shouldn't. Because what's going on?
That sounds
We need
dangerous.
to talk. Yeah. Ah. First of all, it's super weird to be on an elevator totally by yourself after DragonCon, where you're like smushed into the corner with like 15 other people at minimum at any given time. So we just got back from dinner with Sarah, Troy, Christine, Dave, and Brandon, and I just want to show you how empty and geek-free, for the most part, all these hotels are. You've got a spot on you, I'll fix that. Okay, look at this. Walking down the Sky Ridge, I passed a total of 5 people. Total. From the start to the finish. Just wait until you see the Marriott section. So remember that night, you know, like Saturday night, where I could barely push through people up here, and I was like, post lounge time! And then you just saw like scrambling ants all around over here. This is what it looks like today. Yeah, that's what this section looks like with normal amount of people, not DragonCon amount of people. And just like last year, it's kind of the reality of it hitting that no, DragonCon is actually over. It's weird. It's really weird. Like, some guy just saw me and he's like, look, of course DragonCon isn't over yet. And I was like, no, it's still going. But yeah, no. The area where nobody could walk through, all over here, completely, just about all empty. So weird. This is pretty funny. I don't know who did it, but somebody put googly eyes. I'm not coming back to DragonCon next year, and basically none of my group is coming back to DragonCon next year. Not because we don't want to, but because we're going to be doing other things next year. Sarah and I are going to Italy. Troy and Christine are traveling elsewhere. Our friends from Canada and Britt are traveling elsewhere. So the next time we're going to be in DragonCon is probably 2 years from now. So we have a lot of time to work on our next cosplays. And I'm mainly saying that to remind myself, don't procrastinate like I did this year. Goodbye, DragonCon. It's been nice while it's lasted. But apparently reality is knocking on the door or something. Boo.